Hello, welcome. Uh, this is technically the first episode because the last one was just prayer and groundbreaking, so that you pretty much know the idea of who I am. So, once again, my name is Michael Lobomba, and this is the first insightful episode of Insightful Commerce. Uh, and I'll be your host. So, I pretty much would like this podcast to be something chill. I want to be myself and just express, because business, from the way I understand it, is 90% how you feel mentally, and 10% execution. Yeah, that's why it's always important not to brag in business, because you can just make money in an instant, and in the same way you can lose it. To make a billion, it takes less than a okay, it depends with okay, it can take a second. Just at the click of the button, money moves from one account to another. You've made a billion, right? And it can take you years, it can take you days, it can take you weeks. So it just depends with your vibe, depends with you as a person. How do you understand business? Yeah, so the main reason I started this podcast, is because first, I love business. I'm a business consultant. I own a company called Sahara Analytica. And Sahara Analytica pretty much is more of a holdings company, although the way it's registered with the Kenyan government, it's a marketing company. I registered it as a marketing company because uh, all my company, everything that the most things that I do is just market products. I don't necessarily create products, although sometimes I get into that field and do it. But most of the time, whenever I'm okay, it depends also with your idea of a product. There's some people that think a product is maybe something like a microphone, which is right. And there are also people that think a product is an innovation, you know, of which a microphone is an innovation, but there's a different type of innovation. There's the entrepreneurial innovation. I've never been to a business class, so the way I'll explain things will be a bit different from the way you understand it from class. So I'll explain things the way I understand, the way, because I've been doing business since 2013. That is almost 11 years now. So I'll explain things the way I understand, the way things are on the ground, not the way they are on the books, because I've never read those books. I tried reading accounting, and I was like, man, I should just employ someone to do this thing, because the only type of accounting that I need to know is how much profit am I making, how much how much did I purchase this merchandise for, and how much did I sell it for. I see the profit, I know how much tax I'm paying. That's everything that I need to know about tax. That's if you pay tax. And if you don't pay tax, I don't think you need to know that. You need to understand accounting. You just need to know how to add, how to multiply, and you have your money in your pocket. Yeah, I know I understand business differently, and you're free to challenge me. If you want to challenge me, hit me up. I'm ready to face you. So yeah, I understand business differently, and yeah, I'll explain the way I know. So there are two types of products. Okay, maybe there are more. It's just that at the moment, the state of my mind is I can only comprehend two types of products. So there's the physical product, and then there's another type of product that is sort of innovative. Uh, for instance, for us people in the software industry, the people that are majorly on the internet, your product can be your website, can be a mobile application, it can be a service which you offer online. So you see the type of products that we have. Yeah, then there's this product. Yes, I've lost my chain of thought, but I'll just continue because I know still have a lot of wisdom to pour. So the reason I started this podcast is because one of my girls, she's in business. This lady that I love so much, and I've liked her for quite a while. I don't know why I'm always on the bad side of women when it comes to love. I can only spend money, but when you want to just settle down and maybe have a family, fall in love, it's quite difficult for me. So there's this lady that, man, I'm so in love with this girl, man. So she does business, and I've been doing business for long. I'm a business consultant. So somehow I know everything. I can start any company now and make it successful. When I look at your business, I can know where where the problem is just by looking, without even looking at your books. Even just the way you're doing your marketing, the way you're doing everything, I can be able to tell whether your business is profitable or not. That is if it's running online. Even physically it's a bit difficult because I don't interact with the business that much. I'm rarely outside. But on the internet, if your business is on the internet, I can be able to tell how profitable you are just by looking at the business and how you're communicating yourself, how you're communicating, looking at your ad copies. There are some things that you just look and this guy is not making money. So my girl has been on business for long. She's been on business since I think 2018. She didn't tell me this. I just did my background check. So if you know this is you, don't freak out. Yeah, so she's been in business since 2018, and when I look at her business and you first I like her, and I don't know how to do it, man. I've tried my way. I've tried to get her to go to me, but it's a bit hard. So um I shared. I, hey, this thing is hard, but I'm glad I started it. So this lady, she has a business, and I can see her struggling. In as much as people on the internet like to go up. They like to show they're doing well. Yeah, so I just started this podcast so that as much as she's struggling, I can be able to just fix it. Because I love her so much. And yeah, so that's why I started this thing. And also just to let out my knowledge, because there are so many people that I know that are in business and they're struggling. And one thing that I'm glad I'm Christian. We started with the prayer in the previous episode. So uh one thing about us Christians, we by default we are humble people. And yeah, it's good to be humble. Somehow when you just humble, even in God's word, Jesus says, when his people, those who are called by his names, he's Christ, those called by his names are Christians. Actually, here is a question. People say Christianity started after Christ. After Christ died and went, how did he say these words? If he didn't, if he didn't, if how did Christianity start? He said people called by his name. Those are Christians. Those people previously they were called Judaists. They were being called after the Judah. Is it called Judaism? I don't know. Me only know my religion, which is Christian. So how did Christianity come after Christ? Yet he said people were called by his name, meaning it started with him. Like when he was still here, everybody that was around him and everyone that was associating with him was called by his name, Christ. Like for instance, you who are associating with this, you're called Michaels. Because you're associating with me. And by no chance am I comparable to that. But yeah, so as Christians, as people who follow Christ, You know, for God to come through for us, you know, we have to humble ourselves. That's what Jesus told us. He said, if my people, those who are called by my name, will humble before the Lord, I will be their God and they'll be my people. So for Jesus to come through for us, you know, we need to humble ourselves. Okay, that part is done. Yeah. But then the moment you just do that, business will become easy. So that is the first step, you know, just humble, and you can be able to see so much. Uh, One thing that pride does in business, it's that it pride makes you pride makes you I'm trying to get the perfect word for this. Pride makes you, you know, if someone is proud, they're up. And if someone is humble, they're down. So again, I'll refer you back to the Bible. A city hidden, a city on a hill cannot be hidden. So if you're proud, no, you're up here. Then there's this person that is humble is down here. And a city built on a hill cannot be hidden. No, this I'm assuming you're like a city, you're a nation, you're built on a hill. I'm using the wrong words to refer to this, but just allow my explanation. So you're above here. Then there's someone that is down here. You cannot see this town that is down in the valley. But the people in the town in the valley, they can see everything that is happening up there. You get? Now that's what pride does to you. Pride, it exposes you. So if you want to be proud, just be proud in some things like Christ, but you know, you have to be humble, because the moment you become proud, your weaknesses, they're exposed. Everything about you is exposed. So unless you're proud and authentic, even if you're authentic, you know, you can be authentic but you're wrong. But if you're proud and you're not authentic, again, that's something that will take you down. So you're supposed to be, don't be proud and authentic, be proud in Christ. So pride is just bad. But you know, sometimes, you know, we are humans, nobody is perfect. Sometimes you just want to feel good, and it feels good to feel good. Like for instance, I like expensive things. It's not that I'm proud, but you know, it just feels good. Even when you eat expensive food, you know, you feel healthy. As much as, you know, it's just food, but you know, expensive things, they taste better, they feel better, the experience is better. Even in flights, the experience is better. So yeah, that is pretty much about pride and everything. So when you're proud in business, the people that are humble and they have the same experience with you in business, somehow they can see your flaws. So if you don't want your flaws to be seen in business, you need to be humble. And I'm not saying, okay, maybe I should define my idea of pride. My idea of pride is, I can't explain pride. But it's something that makes you get seen. Of which you're supposed to be seen. But you know, again, when you're seen, you attract the wrong energy, you attract the wrong people, you attract the feds, you attract the revenue authorities. So yeah, pride is not so good. You're supposed to keep it low and just make your money. Don't know why you're in business. There's quite a number of reasons why people are in business, and we'll talk about it later on. But yeah, I really wanted this first episode to be an introduction. Maybe you just get to feel my vibe. You also know the reason why I really started this thing. It's because my girl is struggling, but you know, I can just see it and I don't know how to help her. So this is why I started this thing. And I'm so proud that I'm so you see, I'm proud, man. And I hate that thing. Anyway, yeah, and I'm glad I started it. And yeah, so I'll in as much as I'll be explaining, I'll be doing these videos, I would like to, they'll be mostly focused on making her life better. And I have so many friends. You know, I'm a business consultant and I've been in business for so long. So I have so many friends that are struggling in business and so many people that are struggling in business. But then, you know, me, my business is centered around my spirituality. I'm a Christian. So most of my principles and values, they're centered around Christianity. So in as much as be guiding you in making your business better, somehow they'll be biased towards the Christian side than to this other side, because I have an identity on this side, and I love my identity, and I'm not ready to give it up. And don't try to come and convince me to give it up, because that will be the end of me and you know, sitting down to talk about anything. I'm very serious. I belong to something, you know. Yeah, so these episodes will be a bit biased. I apologize to the people from the other side. You can come to this side because they'll only apply for you if you're on this side. And yeah, you'll be happy, you'll have your money. Even if you lose everything, you know, you'll still be glad, because you know you'll make your money back tomorrow. You know, we are pretty much about, you know, us Christians, the way Jesus raised us. Jesus in his book, you know, calls us at first servants, then friends. But at this point, you know, he's 2,000 years old. So yeah, we are great, 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 great. I don't know how many generations above us kids. So, but you know, him is good. So maybe we are just friends. He calls us friends, but we are pretty much servants. Yeah. So as we don't accumulate, we accumulate. We are rich. I'm rich. There are so many rich Christians, but then you know we don't put priority on accumulating physical wealth. We mostly focus on the wellness of our being. And business comes, the way we see business is to solve problems. And you know, we got a curse from Adam. And Adam ate the apple, and God said, "You must till the land." So some of us, business is our land that we till. So that's why we're in business. But it's not to accumulate wealth. But we are not struggling. If wealth comes, of which it will come, it's guaranteed. You know, we seek God's kingdom, and everything else is added unto us. So yeah. So if wealth comes our way, well and good. If it doesn't, of which it will still come. We're children of the Most High, right? Yeah, so we don't focus on accumulating wealth here on earth. Wealth, it just comes as a by the way of our existence here on earth. We do business to solve problems. We do business, you know, just to honor what God told us, to till the land, right? Yeah, and the talents that he gave us, we don't want him to come back, you know, and he says, "What did you do with your talent?" And you say, "I hid it under the under the soil so that the people do not steal it." You know, he'll kick you out. So yeah, I hope this introduction has been amazing. Personally, I've enjoyed it. And I think I'm gonna have fun doing this, because I love money, but you know, I don't worship it. I worship God. This money just comes as a by the way of me doing things. And you know, it comes as a reward for achieving milestones, for solving problems. Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, I would like to call it quits. Not quits as such, but this is the end of our episode, for our first episode. And yeah, I think as we continue to progress, I'll start organizing the episodes into chunks, that such that they're organized. They don't just release something that I'm not I'm not just release something that is not planned like this. Although these unplanned ones are the best, but with time as I gain experience, we'll be able to do much better. So once again, thank you, and see you in another vlog/podcast. Bye bye.